Ugh. Alright, so Man and I went and saw Into the Spiderverse, and at the AMC they were giving out these cool Spider-Man cards. So you got like Miles Morales and Kingpin, Green Goblin, and Amanda got this card and I'm super jealous, so I'm taking it for myself. Spider-Gwen. That one's dope, and I'm gonna keep it. Hey there, Net Best Buddies, welcome back to the channel. As always, I'm Ray. Foxy is somewhere, and today we're going to be looking at Spider-Man Into the Spiderverse. So Into the Spider-Verse is an animated film from Sony, who still technically owns the rights to Spider-Man, and has nothing to do with the MCU at all. This is a self-contained story about a new Spider-Man, Miles Morales, gaining his abilities, and basically trying to save the world with the help of other Spider-Men. But while I have you here at the beginning of the video, definitely go out and subscribe so you can stay up to date with all the videos that I do put out. And the question for this video, guys, is what other Spider-Man or Spider-Women or Spider-Animals would you like to see in these animated movies? For a potential sequel, I would love if they brought back Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, and even included Tom Holland, like the three of them coming in to help the new Spider-Man, and maybe some other different versions as well, but I think it'd be awesome if all three of them came into one of the movies. After being bitten by a radioactive spider, Miles Morales must learn to harness his new abilities as the Spider-Man and help other Spider-Man and women from other dimensions protect the multiverse from collapsing in on itself. So I do think that this is probably the best looking comic book film we've ever had on the silver screen. It's absolutely gorgeous, the animation's incredible, and it's literally a comic book but in movie form, with the speech bubbles popping up every now and then, words for sound effects coming up on the screen. Really cool. I loved it. They even got like the pows and stuff from like the Batman TV show. They got those in there too. The animation for the most part is really fluid and a real treat to behold. There's a few moments of what kind of seemed like stuttering with the animation with some of the characters. It's nowhere near as bad as it was in the trailer, which I thought was kind of a little too much in the bad area. But in here they fixed a lot of it, and it's very minimal what's actually stuttering, kind of losing frames it almost looks like. So I don't really read a lot of comic books at all. Mostly just go on Wikipedia and go from page to page down a deep rabbit hole till I started Spider-Man and end up at different colored kryptonites for some reason. But I knew of Miles Morales. I knew of him becoming one of the new Spider-Mans, and this was a great origin story to introduce the mainstream movie-going audience to him. It was also really cool to see a lot of the sort of variations on enemies and heroes that we've seen in the Spider-Man lore just in this universe, which is really cool. The voice talent is great from all the actors, but I was mostly excited to see Jake Johnson as Peter Parker because I love Jake Johnson. He's such a swell guy, really funny. I love him in pretty much everything he does. He's also not the Spider-Man that we first meet in the movie, which is really cool. And I'm really glad that I was able to pick out who the actor was. I'm not going to spoil it here. It's a pretty cool treat. Nick Cage as Spider-Man Noir? Great choice. So the narrative of the movie was awesome with some really great highs and some really emotional scenes. And some humor mixed in throughout. One scene I don't really think they anticipated to be as emotional as it was when they first started making the movie is the scene where Miles buys his Spider-Man suit from Stan Lee, who recently passed. And kind of the speech Stan Lee gives him, it was pretty touching. It was really something. Honestly, on the whole, I don't really have anything negative to say about this movie aside from the aforementioned slight animation glitches. But this movie's an absolute blast. Going into the movie, I heard a lot of great things, and the film does not disappoint at all. I want a whole slew of films in this style with many sequels right now. Spider-Man Into the Spiderverse gets a 10 out of 10. Also, make sure to stay for the end credit scene because me and Amanda did not. I had to get up and go to work this morning, so I had to book it out of the theater there because it was getting close to 11. But yeah, I've read that it is hysterical. So that's my review for Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. It's an absolute blast and a must-see in theaters. As always, thanks for watching the videos that I do put out. Definitely go and subscribe like I mentioned earlier. Give the video a like, share with a movie-loving friend, and let me know in the comments what other Spider-Man characters you want to see in upcoming animated features that are similar in the style to this movie. Thanks for watching, everybody. See ya.